it's Erin here. Thanks for joining me. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can get updates on how to be positive and live your life's path that was created for you from your creator. So let's dive into today's topic, which is about love and more specifically, letting go of those that you love. Because when you let go, then it's their free will to come back. So you don't want to hold on too tightly to those around you that you love and care about. You want them to be able to expand themselves and grow on their own. And then if they truly love you and want to be with you, then they will come towards you because of their attraction to you. And if somebody doesn't come back to you or doesn't want to spend time with you, then that's an indication that the feelings aren't mutual, and that if it's like a love relationship, that they probably don't want to be with you, that they want to be with somebody else, or maybe they need to learn lessons somewhere else before they come back. So a lot of the time, like, giving them that space will make them come back quicker. So if you're too much like trying to go out and after somebody, that will repel them away from you. So what you want to do is not be so clingy and attached to somebody and let them, make their own decisions, their own choices, and come back to you on their own free will. Another thing that relates to this is attachments. So in order to cope with different childhood traumas, people have different attachment styles that they create in order to cover up those wounds. So those wounds aren't truly healed. They're just covered up by other attachments. So other relationships that aren't healing, that aren't whole or good for you. You could just have, like, let's say you didn't have an upbringing, a parent or guardian that was like close to you, that like fed your inner desires of being protected and feel safe and feel heard and understood. Then once you get a little older and you're allowed to date and have somebody that loves you, maybe somebody could just say that they love you, but they're not like actually like a good person. They have a lot of trauma and background of not being loved and had attention, and had there was a lot of missing parts to their background, and maybe they have toxic ways about them where they could have anger, resentment, bitterness. They could be very clingy and attached, where they need to know where you are at all moments, and they could be afraid. They could live in fear and doubts about the relationship, that they want to just hold on to you so tightly because they don't want you to leave, because they have this like abandonment type of issue from their childhood. And so they're trying to cover it up with these fears and anxieties and stuff. They haven't actually dealt with the issue that they have inside of them. So they project that onto the other person and act like they need to be with me in order for me to be okay. They need to give me that love. They need to show me that they're committed to me, or else I'm breaking down and I'm freaking out and I'm like not okay with myself. So what God wants us to do is He wants us to be strong within ourselves. He wants each and every one of us to deal with any kind of pain or issues before we go into any love relationships and bring baggage into that relationship of this bad type of energy that came from trauma from our past or our childhood. So you need to really work through those things and have time alone to think about it. Really process that information and be able to forgive and love unconditionally, that there was a reason for that trauma to have happened, that God put that into your life for a reason. There was a reason that you need to learn how to be stronger, how to, there could be a career that you need, or some type of purpose in your life where you needed that strength. You needed something, you had a bigger calling in life than you see other people that have like these childhoods that were like, you know, picture perfect, and they were loved and they were cared about and they were given things and they were felt protected and loved, and you didn't have that. But you can't blame your parents for that or your caregivers for that. You need to just work through those issues that you have and realize that it's not your fault. Those people that raised you just didn't know any better. Maybe it's a generational thing where it's like a generational curse where it was learned, their parents were like that and their parents were like that. So, or it came from some kind of trauma from their lives in their past. So they could have had like, not felt loved and going with the wrong type of person and wrong attachment styles and not willing to give up bad relationships because they're afraid of being alone. So that's what a lot of that is. So it creates this like toxic environment, and they just feel like they need to hold on to that so tightly because they don't want to be alone. They don't want to go out into the world and find nobody that loves them, because they don't love themselves, because they never spent time alone and be okay with loving themselves. Like, and how you do that is you need to first forgive. You need to forgive those people that harmed you and that were wrong, and you know that they were wrong. You know that how they treated you wasn't right. But you also know that they didn't know any better. And if they did know any better, then they're not a good person, and it's a lesson for you to, you know, stay away from people like that, or that's an issue that they had, and you don't need to deal with those issues, because you need to protect yourself and have boundaries against people that will harm you and not treat you right. So you need to have barriers up that protect you and your heart, and you don't want to bring that hurt and trauma to somebody else's life. So you need to accept. The first step is to accept what happened, and second step is to forgive those people. You don't have to directly forgive them. That would be good. But you could write a letter and like burn it, or you can just say it or think it. Okay, I forgive those people. They didn't know what they were doing. God put those thoughts in them to make me better. Like, God didn't want them to be like everybody else's parents. They didn't want them to treat me like everybody else, because I have a higher purpose in this life. And it's not like everybody else. I have something different that I need to bring to the world, and that it's a positive thing. It's not a negative thing. And so I need to release that burden of bitterness or hatred or unfairness or whatever it is that you feel deep inside. And you have to realize, okay, what did I learn from that experience? Did I learn to be stronger than other people? I grew up faster than other people. I'm more responsible. Like, I know how to take care of myself more than other people. I know that I can see things more clear now. I have a deeper knowing of darkness, and other people might not have experienced that, at a younger age. So they have a more carefree attitude, but you have this depth inside that you can understand and see things differently than other people see them. So you have to think of that as a gift. Those lessons that you are given are gifts, and it's going to make you stronger and have like a more determined, purposeful path and mission in life. So you have to use those things as strengths and not as weaknesses. And you always have to put a positive spin on things. And you have to just believe in your heart that there's a better way for you, that there's positivity in every situation. And you're lucky to be alive. You should be grateful and excited that you're so strong and you're able to go through all that you went through, and that you have a higher purpose in this life, and just be excited and happy about your future. And no matter how dark your days are, that the pendulum has to swing back, and it has to be like brighter days ahead, because you can't just have all dark days. God didn't make us like that, where we're gonna have to suffer all the time. That it's up to us to look at the positive in life and be able to turn it all around and make it into something better. Turn your lemons to lemonade. So that is the topic today, and I'm sure I can go on and on and on and on about it. But I just want you guys to know that, a lot of us have been through those dark days of childhood neglect and abandonment issues, and including me. And people would never know it because I don't act like a victim. I mean, sometimes in the past I have, like some closer people around me or something. Of course, we all go through our ups and downs, and we can feel like a victim at times when everything is just like pouring down on us all at once for such a long period of time. And it's really like a mindset, and you just need to you can change your mind in an instant. You can tell yourself that, what would make me feel better right now? And you could say, let's say you were still like in your teen years and you're going through a bad childhood and you felt like super depressed and whatever. You just dream of things like, how would you want your life to be right now? How would you like your future to be? Write it down, ask God for those things that you want. Put it out into the universe, that what specifically would you like your life to be like? How do you picture your life? What are your dreams? Think of things, even if it's the smallest thing, like the foods you like or the colors you like, and try to try to have the things that you like try to make yourself happy in any kind of way. Don't overindulge in anything like foods or anything like that, but you could try to, you know, just try to make yourself happy on a daily basis by just some little thing. It could even be like writing. Whatever you know how to do, like there's some way, some form of creating happiness into your life. You could start writing a book about how your dream life could be, like with some fictional characters, and like it could be a bestseller. Like you never know. There's something that you don't have to have money. You just need your brain, your imagination, your inner strength to get you through any situation. So you could play sports, you could sing, you could dance, you could there's some talent in every single person. Even if you don't believe you're talented, there's something inside of you. God gave you all the tools that you need to have a successful, amazing, happy life. You just need to identify those things about yourself so you can, and the thing is, it's like, what makes you happy? When you clear your mind and you're just there with your being, with your soul, just your soul, and just quiet everything out. Like there's going to be thoughts that just come in, and that you just feel something, like you feel like you love something, or you felt happy when you were doing something. That's a sign. Or what were your childhood dreams and wishes, or like things that you liked as a child? Those are a good indication of what you should be doing, that feed your inner spirit, your soul, and that makes you happy. There's something that each one of us has, or multiple things, and just making yourself happy, going outside, just appreciating nature, working out, being healthy. All of those things create a better environment internally, in your consciousness, in your soul, to find out what your purpose is, what your mission is, to find what makes you feel good. So I really hope that helps you, and that you have